Alright, so we got Hollow Knight in under 4 minutes, explained, recommended by one of my viewers. Let's see what it is about.
Hollow Knight is a game about a bug in chains in an egg in a temple in a cave in a well in a town in a kingdom in the mines of men in Australia. A long time ago, there were bugs that lived deep underground who worshipped a black fluid that's alive called the Void. They all died. Much later, there was a civilization of moths ruled by a big orange moth god called the Radiance. The Radiance controlled bugs through a hive mind. Then a shiny worm came along and told everyone that hive minds were dumb. He gave all bugs intelligence, and he was so shiny and cool that even the moths were like, "Hey, screw you, Radiance," and forgot about them. He shed his giant worm body, was reborn as a bug-sized bug, founded the kingdom of Hallownest, and was known as the Pale King. The Mantises were already intelligent and didn't really care about the Pale King. He agreed not to mess with them as long as they kept Deep Nest under control. The bugs in Deep Nest were so brainless they stayed that way and kept being gross bugs even under the Pale King's brainy influence. The bugs in Greenpath worshipped a slug named Un because he made cool plants. They joined the kingdom of Hallownest but kept thinking Un was a cool guy. Mushrooms, yes I know mushrooms aren't bugs, welcomed the Pale King's rule because he could see the future apparently. The Pale King set up shop in the White Palace and had 5 great knights and a whole ton of cool stuff. Then someone saw a statue of the Radiance and started dreaming about them. Through the dreams of bugs, the Radiance started to regain the hive mind and pull more bugs into mindlessness again. The Pale King said, "Oh damn," and tried to find a solution. The solution he came up with is a little convoluted. Since the Radiance spread through the dreams and minds of bugs, he figured that if he made a bug with absolutely no thoughts or mind or dreams of any kind, that he could trap the Radiance inside. He experimented with the Void and figured that the best way to solve the problem was to make a living being that was part Void and part bug. With the help of his wife, the Tree Lady, he made 1,000,000 Void babies, trying to find the perfect one that was completely hollow to trap the Radiance inside. There were a ridiculous amount of failures, and he threw them all in a pit called the Abyss. Eventually, he thought he had succeeded. He named his child the Hollow Knight and trapped the Radiance inside of his empty mind. For good measure, he chained the Hollow Knight up in the Black Egg. The Black Egg was sealed by 3 Dreamers, prolific bugs in the kingdom of Hallownest who sacrificed the rest of their lives to guard the Hollow
I
Knight
like
keep
this
the
a
Radiance
lot.
at bay.
And I guess it does.
Lurian,
It's like a
Monomon, and
fever
Hera.
dream in its
Lurian
own.
the Watcher was a telescope enthusiast who lived in the City of Tears. He was a big fan of the Pale King and didn't need much convincing. Monomon was a jellyfish who was so keen on the seals that they gave their mask to their apprentice Quirrell. Thus, Monomon's seal could only be broken by a bug who was cool enough to impress this guy. Hera the Beast was the queen of Deepness and was such a freak that she agreed to become a seal as long as the Pale King would have a child with her. She knew that since worms are basically gods, her kids would be an absolute bloody legend, and so Hallownest's Princess Hornet was born. The Hollow Knight did a pretty good job of keeping the Radiance at bay for a while, but eventually they started to get out anyway. It turned out that he wasn't really hollow at all. He had one idea in his empty head, and ironically that idea was to press his father by being truly hollow. He just loved his dad, but the Radiance was like... The Pale King said screw it, and peaced out by moving his entire palace into the mind of one of his guards who still lies dreaming in the ancient basin to this day. He eventually died, probably from Void. Everyone else in Hallownest was like, "Aw damn," and went back to being brainless, orange-eyed, hive-mind bugs. The few bugs who did manage to keep their intelligence called this phenomenon the infection and steered clear of infected bugs. Deep Nest didn't really change much. The Mantises didn't get infected because they were too cool, except some of them were so cool they got infected on purpose just to get more buff. Mad lads. Hornet spends her time protecting what's left of Hallownest and guarding the King's brand, a brand that would allow a bug to be recognized as the new king and uncover the kingdom's secrets and possibly break the seals. Meanwhile, some of the Pale King's Void babies, they're actually called vessels, manage to escape from the giant pit. Some of them make it pretty far, and at least one of them makes it all the way out of Hallownest.
And
a long time later, one such vessel wanders back into Hallownest and starts messing around. This is the character you play as in Hollow Knight. What happens next is up to you.
Now I just got a question. If we wandered back in there, where did we come from? Actually, now I'm curious about that. I'm stopping that right there. That was funny. That was actually really good. Cardboard head. Hey, that was pretty good. Now I just got a question. Like, where did we originally? Like, we came from the Void, but like, where did we go after escaping the Void? Because then we wandered back into it, right? But where were we before? I don't know. Well, that was just a quick reaction. If you have anything else you guys like me to react to, let me know in the comments below. So until next time, guys, take care.